So the Adult Swim Facebook page and their Instagram and their Facebook posted a small little clip showing that was going to be in a future episode that was going to be coming out later this week. A small little clip, and it was the proud announcement that the original voice actor of Beast Wars Megatron, David Kaye, would be coming into studios to record a short little clip of Beast Wars Megatron chasing after what they dubbed Pandatron. Um, and it's a small little clip. I've already, at this point, I've ripped that because the thing is the Facebook page of Adult Swim, while it is region free, if you will, um, their YouTube account is not region free. So
Yeah.
if you are located in Canada, Europe, and a lot of other places, sometimes you can't watch their videos. It says it's currently not available in your region, and it's a thing that exists with YouTube with certain channels. So what I did is I just kind of took it upon myself to rip the video and then post it on Twitter so that everyone would be able to see it. What was funny about that was not long after I posted it, Seth Green and Robot Chicken saw it and then shared it on their Twitter. And then my tweet kind of went a little viral. It went a little crazy. I mean, as of this recording, it's up to about 400 likes and over 250, I think, retweets. It's pretty crazy right now. I kind of regret posting it now because now it's just my notifications are just blowing up all the time. But what was really cool about it was afterwards, I was watching the clip and I was really impressed with the fact that if you look very carefully at the animation, at one point, because there's a panda they clearly use a model of a panda that is its own standalone articulated. I guess they made it out of plasticine or whatever
Hmm.
of a panda that could do all the talking and articulation. And then when it goes to do the transformation into a transformer, which they use as a base model, they use Polar Claw from Beast Wars. They use the Polar Claw toy. They
Hmm.
use that split second that the panda pretends to transform, and then they put in the Polar Claw toy instead. But for like 2 frames of animation, they actually made an effort to paint Polar Claw's entire body as if it was a panda, including the face, even though for only 2 frames of animation you'd see it and you wouldn't even notice it with the naked eye. But
Yeah,
the fact that
exactly.
they did that, I did a little animation and I posted it on Twitter to point it out. I was like, that's pretty impressive that they did that. And then again, Robot Chicken's Twitter retweeted that and then shared that with everybody. And now that one is. So, needless to say, my Twitter has been boned the past couple of days.
Needless to say, you're crazy.
No, I really I regret because you know what it is. It's like sometimes too much attention is too good. So it's like I find that like when I post something and it gets way too much attention, now it's like every time I look at my Twitter, it's like, oh, you got another 120 notifications, and it's like, oh, geez, and maybe buried in all of that might be someone trying to ask me a question,
Yeah.
but I can't because there's like 50,000 people favoriting and retweeting. So it's yeah, but it's a very funny.
But what I mean by you being crazy, it's like, wait a minute, let's record this and slow it down. There's
Oh
the
yeah.
toy.
Well, yeah. Well, because I want because what I found fascinating about it was I found it cool that they took the Polar Claw toy,
Yeah.
which up to that point was just a polar bear, and then in Japan they repainted it as Grizzly One or Survive is another
Mm.
name that they use for it, um, which was they just took the Polar Claw mold and made it a brown bear instead, or a grizzly bear even, and I just thought that was really cool. And so they were like, okay, well, why don't we just take the Polar Claw toy, paint the legs and the back legs and front legs black, and then
Mm.
actually paint the face and everything. And when it transforms, the rest of it hasn't been painted, but it's something that I'm pretty sure there's going to be a fan out there that's going to paint it and bring it to a show for like just for the display, because it's super easy to make your own custom of it. Like it's the toy is already half done for you practically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, but and again we've never had officially a panda bear transformer. So even from a bootleg standpoint, because I remember when I saw that, I right away started looking at a lot of the weird bootleg Transformers I've messed with throughout the years. Like there's a line called the Animalist Defenders, and there was another line called the Beast King line, which was like they did all kinds of weird. They did like a elephant, they did a Dalmatian, they did
Hmm.
lions, and so I was like, I'm pretty sure maybe they did a polar bear. Nope, they didn't do a polar bear either. So this is the first time in any capacity, and dubbed by Robot Chicken and Seth Green as Pandatron. So this is Pandatron, who is, for people who didn't see it, just go on my Twitter. But if you want to be spoiled, pretty much the story is Megatron and Scorponok, and the Scorponok they're using is the very first Scorponok toy that was ever released by Beast Wars, which impressingly still has his Cyber Bee gimmick intact, because usually that thing always broke. Um,
They probably had like a million takes where it pops out, so
oh
they had to
yeah,
like glue it in.
that's what I almost guarantee they glued that thing in. There's no way.
It's like, stay in there, come
There's
on.
no way they could have done all that stop motion without that thing accidentally going off.
Well, notice that he doesn't do a little clip clip with his like a little snap snap with his
Oh, with his
fingers.
little claws,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like Scorponok would do
Doing the
in a lot
show,
of the
yeah.
episodes. He's like, "Oh yeah, come at me, clip clip," you know.
Yeah. His little nervous ticks that he always had. Which, by the way, unfortunately, Scorponok is not voiced by Don Brown, his original voice actor. They got whoever was in house, I guess, for
Yeah, pretty
to play
much.
off of him. More of a teenager kind of sounding voice. I don't know how to describe it. Like they made him a much younger sounding Scorponok, not like the
Oh, and he wasn't really kissing Mega, like usually the Scorponok we know
yeah, he
would be
sucks
like,
up.
yes, yes, throw him into the lava,
Yeah.
do it,
Well,
But this
yeah,
one was like, whoa, calm down.
Don Brown Scorponok is a very like I don't know,
He's
crazy sounding, paranoid but suck up kind of
Well,
character.
yeah, he would sound, he would be like
I'm second in
like an
command.
Inferno 1.0,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
actually, yeah, that's probably right.
or like a 0.5 or something like that.
No, that's totally accurate. I think that's probably the primary reason why he was phased out of the show, because it's like, why do we need him when we have Inferno?
Mm.
Can't do the joke twice. But either way, point being is, so you pretty much have those two characters arrive, and you have a tied up panda, and supposedly like Megatron believes that this panda is a maximal, and of course Scorponok's like, no, it can't be. Look how cute he is, and of course the panda's acting like a real panda, just making those panda sounds. And then Scorponok's like, no, it can't be. He's too cute. And then he's like, no, it's got to be a panda. Look at him. He's reveling in this. And then he sneezes, like the
No,
like,
the first time he does it, he's like kind of scratching his back on the rock, I think.
yeah,
And then the second time he sneezes, so he's doing all the panda memes
yeah, all the
basically.
memes that are essentially on the internet right now. And of course, Scorponok is just dying. He's just loving it because he's like, oh, he's so cute. He's adorbs. And then he's like, no, it's got to be him. I'm gonna throw him in the lava pit. But then of course, in the end, he realizes, oh, it's not a maximal. It's just a regular panda, and he's having PTSD, and it's the war. It's making him, but he believes that one there is a panda, and he chases after another one, and then of course the scene that I mentioned, then the panda actually does transform, and it really was a maximal, and
He's like,
it's
"Oh my God, that's the best character acting I've ever
I've ever
done.
had to
That was
do.
close."
Again, it's a funny little skit. You could find it on my Twitter if you don't have access through it on Facebook or or on YouTube if it's a regional issue too. But it's on my Twitter if you need be. It's definitely there, and you'll see it in all its high quality. And it's a
Yeah,
funny little skit. And it
surprisingly sanctioned by Robot Chicken's actual.
yeah.
Uh,
Either way, but so the big issue about this though is it's the return of David Kaye to that character for the first time in, oh my goodness.
did he? Has he really left that character?
Well, no, he
I mean,
hasn't.
to be very honest, like he does that character at every convention when
Every
he's asked of
convention,
it,
every time he
and
does a script reading, it's always that character. Yeah.
also every year he does a Christmas greeting as Megatron.
I guess in a lot of ways, it's the first time visually we're looking at
Yes,
the Megatron character with that voice coming out again. I guess then
exactly.
that's probably
Yeah.
the best way to put it then, because it's and that the Megatron toy that they used was the original very first T-Rex
Hmm.
Megatron. They didn't use the the improved versions that came later, the Beast Wars Returns one or the 10th
I wouldn't
anniversary one.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was part of someone's collection
Oh, of
that he
course it
just
is.
totally
Of
brought it
course
in.
it is.
It's like, oh, do we have to really make a Megatron and a Scorponok toy and the other guy? No, no, we could use the toys. They're really
And
articulated. We
and you
don't
know
have
what?
to.
And Robot Chicken in the past has been very clever when it comes to doing certain Transformer skits. I know that one of their very first skits that they ever did, which was one where Optimus Prime gets prostate cancer. But if you look at a lot of the toys that are in that skit, the Optimus was the Robot Masters Optimus, but all the other ones were these like brand new sculpted toys. Like they took like just they took a jazz toy, not a jazz toy. They took a Prowl toy and they resculpted a new head and new arms and everything. The Bumblebee was kind of repainted and gave him different colors that make him slightly more show accurate, but still had the same old Bumblebee G1 toy face. Like they and same thing with I think they did with Ratchet and Ironhide also. They actually gave them heads at a time when the Masterpiece toys didn't exist and neither did the classics. Like you have to understand that skit was like from I think 2004.
Yeah.
Very long time ago, way before the classics line even existed. So it's cool stuff. And again, Robot Chicken, love it or hate it. Some people find that's a little too vulgar sometimes, Robot Chicken, or a little too violent, or the swearing's too much. But once in a while, they put out a really good skit. And again, bringing back David Kaye to reprise his role of the original Beast Wars Megatron, easily his best role, in my opinion,
Mm.
was really cool to see. Judging by how well the internet has received it, I'm not the only one that feels that way.